Hey everybody, Shiny Sephiroth here, and I'm very excited to say that today we are working on the Batman displays. So just to show you a little bit, so right here, these are some of the things I moved to the side. I had another different box that was here, but I had it pushed too far to the back. So you can see right here, it was in this gap right here. And so gravity was pulling down on it and it caused this box to get crushed. And that contributed to the big disaster that we had previously. But I went and I made sure that it's not in that little crevice.
I'm going in the crevice.
No, Charlie. Don't go in the crevice. Charlie, don't go in the crevice.
I'm going in the crevice,
Don't go in the crevice. Come on, man.
And so then we can go ahead and add this back over to here, some distance. Make it evenly distribute that weight. Have that right there. Have the other one. So adding that into slipping it right there. And there you have it. We have these two set up now. And we will start adding the suits back in here like they were before. And I feel like this will be very stable. We'll go ahead and show you how it turns out right now. All right, so the first part of this is done. As you can see here, I have set up what I am terming as my mainstream comic suit display. And there are a few I have, like the Spawn Batman, Noel and whatnot. I haven't placed here into the timeline yet. I think I'm going to put them as ancillary, but keep these as the main suits. So we start out over here with Detective Comics, the first classic suit with the purple gloves. And then right next to him is a version of the one that we saw on the cover, but as well as the one that kind of makes the resurgence, I think 10 issues later or something like that. Or 3, something like that, yeah. And then we go over here to, I know that publication-wise this didn't come next, but in the story we did have him take on more of a black suit like this. And this was from the Year One comics. And so what I did is I got the Dick Grayson Reborn Batman. I took out the brass knuckle hands and I placed him here to be that leaner Bruce, younger during his Year One. Then we have the Silver Age Batman right here, transitioned over into the look that he had a bit later on, kind of transitioning between the Silver Age and getting closer to the modern age that was in the 80s, which is what we see right here. This is basically the suit that he wore through a majority of the 80s and a good chunk of the early 90s before Azrael took charge. And for the Nightfall storyline, Azrael was Batman. Then we get Troikia Batman. This is the closest I figure I have that looks like the Troikia Batman. That's when Bruce Wayne returned to his role. So after that point, we had Long Halloween, which basically to me looked like a bluish gray version of the Hush suit. And so McFarlane gave us this and I thought, what the heck, this looks really good as a good stand-in. Then we have this suit that came in I want to say it's a Ross Justice League set. And it looked a lot like the 1999 Batman War on Crime suit to me. So I put that in here. Then we go over to here and we had this blue version of the Batman 3 Joker suit, which I thought was a good stand-in, at least for now, for the No Man's Land suit, where we get the yellow symbol back. But then shortly thereafter, we go back into a version of the Long Halloween suit, which was black, which is the infamous Hush costume, which we're going to see become popular if you're already looking ahead. It becomes popular later. Then I got the Platinum Dick Grayson Batman Reborn suit to be this version of Batman for that era right here. And I also put next to him the Jason Todd Batman suit. This is during the era Battle for the Cowl and whatnot. Dick Grayson did end up winning eventually. And we do have another person who was significant in this arc. And we saw him down here in the evil Batman. The Two-Face Batman. He was part of that Battle for the Cowl. But anyway, we move on from there, and then we have a short time frame where Bruce is kind of wearing, he comes back, he's kind of wearing the Hush suit, but then for a time when he does Batman Incorporated, he wears this version of his suit. So, well, this is the closest I have to it. There's actually more lines on it during Batman Incorporated in the 2010s, 2011 era. But yeah, he's wearing this suit to differentiate him from the Dick Grayson Batman. And they kind of do what they're doing with Spider-Man. There's two Batmen at the same time. I think it's a cool concept, but doesn't last. Because New 52 happens. We got this, got the New 52. This is a stylized version. There's like 3 or 4 different versions of the New 52 Batman running around. And so this is the one that I put in this part of the display. And then a little bit after that, we'd have the Jim Gordon. This is the original release of Jim Gordon Batman. About a year ago, I dropped him when I was setting up the display and his ear popped off. It's here somewhere, so I'm keeping him up on display here for now in the hopes that I'll eventually be able to stick that ear back on. But then we eventually go into Rebirth. Wally West fixed what the Manhattan Pandora Barry Allen thing happened, and so then we get Rebirth. And in the beginning of Rebirth, he did have the purple cape. I did consider putting later on another version of the Rebirth suit that had a pure black cape. And I might do that later, but right now I just didn't do it. Then a little bit later on, we transitioned to this. Jeff Johns was trying to continue his Rebirth story, but we ended up with this. And this was the suit that he came back with during 3 Jokers. And that eventually gave way to this suit over here. Death Metal transitions to the Infinite Frontier era, which was like 2021, 2020-ish. And we just basically stay with this suit which is a variation of the Hush suit. I had a different version of him lying around, so I grabbed that. And that's our stand-in right now for the Infinite Frontier through Dawn of DC suit. It's pretty much been like this. There was one suit, I believe it was in 2023, maybe 2022, that brought back the yellow symbol. And I'll stick a version of that Batman here if we ever get something like that, or if I find a toy I happen to have that resembles it. But for now, I'm just going to skip that era because it's a tiny blip that slightly interrupts this suit just being a consistent run. So we see that Hush look kind of stays permanent there. But anyway, that's what I got here. That's the mainline Batman suit summary that I have. Really happy with how it turned out. I'll go ahead and start adding things like this Batman versus Spawn or Batman versus Predator and armored suits and whatnot. So we're going to have some fun with it. So there you have it. Thank you so much for being a part of this channel, for stopping by here at the Retroverse Nexus. Make sure you leave a comment to be enrolled in giveaways. Make sure you subscribe to help the giveaway milestones, and leave a like to help us with the algorithm. And I'll see you in the next video.